Welcome to a video about this little moon jar and grabbing your viewers' attention. Now there's many ways to grab your viewers' attention, and some of them are demonstrated here. I do it with color, I do it with contrast, I do it with shape, and I do it with movement. The design I put in here has movement. So there's many ways to catch attention, and I hope after this video you'll be able to use them too. So let's talk about color. I'm just starting to add it here, and like I've said in other videos, start with the lighter colors first. You can see I started with the light green, and then I started adding teals over top of it, and maybe even a little bit of blue. So it's just not a plain green that really won't keep your eye. You really want people to look at your piece and see different things every time they pick it up, every time they see it on the mantle or on a shelf. So you want there to be dimensionality in that color. And I know you can do that just by getting a little looser with your color. It sounds crazy, right? Because everything we do in pottery is so exact. But be a little looser with your color. You've already spent a lot of time getting this shape just right when you're carving. Now with the color, you can really go a little crazy and add pizzazz. Let's talk about design. When you've got a bisque piece, a nice pot, and it's ready to paint or ready to glaze, I want you to think about what you want your viewer to do with your pot. Now on this little moon jar, I wanted them to pick it up and move it around. I wanted their eyes to follow these branches around, and that was important to me. So not only did I put the branches in swooping little shapes, but I also colored them. I could have colored them a very neutral brown or a grayish brown, but I wanted it to pop off the green. So I used color and I used movement in the design. You can do the same thing. That warm colors always pop and go forward in your design. And greens and blues always take a step back. So think about that when you're painting and maybe use it to catch the attention of your viewers. Again, I'm using washes. I'm dabbling on that brush and just touching different colors on. So I'm not putting a thick layer of underglaze on there that would give me a flat green or a flat blue. I'm putting a light wash of green, a light wash of teal, and maybe I'll take that brush with a watered down blue and touch it on there. And just leave touches of color to grab your eye. So as you can see, if you've watched the making of this little pot and now the decorating of this little pot, it's taken me quite a long time and a lot of effort and a lot of hours put into it. And some people might say, oh, it's not worth it, it's just a little pot. Or, you know, this was not my best pot. I'm just gonna either put it back in the bag or I'm just gonna dunk it in a color and I don't care. I want you to care about your work. I want you to think about, okay, it's small. okay, this was supposed to be a big moon jar. And I lost it off of the wheel. It fell off of the wheel when I was pulling it up. And I didn't give up on it. I put it back on the wheel. I had to cut off the top. It became a smaller pot. But this is ceramic. It's gonna be here a lot longer than I will ever be. And I wanted people in the future, and today, to pick it up and say, someone really cared about this little pot and cared enough to put time and effort in. I know you can do that. I know you can carve, you can learn how to pierce, you can do all of these things. So go out and do it. And I can't wait to see it. Put it in the details below. What happens when you pierce a pot and you have the glaze, the outside, different than the inside? Now you can see I have Lido on the inside of here and on the top. And all of this right here are underglazes. And then I put a clear coat over top of this. And then I waxed it. I put wax from here to here, all the way around. I let that dry, and then I dunked the whole piece. Now that allowed me to have the inside glaze. And yes, you can see some of the color. You see that? Some of the color has moved from the outside to the inside, and that's okay. But overall, that's how I do it. It's a couple more steps, and it's worth it.